Alright, welcome back to another G Auto Repair YouTube video. And today we're working on another Kia, 2012 Kia Optima. Yes, an Optima. And the complaint today is that it has a check engine light, and she's complaining of some performance problem where it doesn't accelerate like she feels she should. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading the code. I already connected the scanner to it, and I just have to set it up to read the code, see what we got going on here. Gotta change the vehicle from the last time I used it. Okay. And we are, let's just do a quick OBD2 generic check. I think that'll give us the quickest results for right now. And we got one code. Let's see what that code is. See what that code is, and that code is turbocharger boost control position sensor A. Interesting, very interesting. Okay, turbocharger boost control position sensor. Nice. So we got a turbocharger issue. So that probably explains her complaint of low power or something to that effect, is what she described it as. And now this is not a code that I'm used to seeing, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on it and to try to figure this one out. So if you give me a minute, let me just go ahead and read up on this code and see what the best plan of attack is for it. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we're back, and I've already done some research on this Wastegate actuator code, and believe it or not, when I was looking up the code, the #1 common code for this vehicle was that Wastegate code, in fact. And one of the top repairs was the replacement of the actuator, the Wastegate actuator. So apparently, take you guys down here, and this is the rod for the actuator that goes to the wastegate, which is over here, and the actuator is right here behind, or right underneath this pipe here. You can probably see the connector right there. So what I want to do is, obviously we don't just want to throw parts at it, even though it very well may be that actuator. Let me see if I can get a better view of it back here. It's right there. See the rod that it goes to it. So what I wanted to do was try to see if I have some kind of bidirectional what do you call it, bidirectional testing that I can do. So I'm gonna go ahead and go here to, there's a lot of reflection here. You guys may not be able to see this, I'm not sure. Let's see, active test, let's see if that helps out. See if we have something for the wastegate, something that we can control, see if it moves or could be stuck. Oh, here it is. Electronic wastegate valve. Pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, so conditions: ignition on, engine off, and we're gonna do a start here. Oh, I see it moving. Okay. Definitely moving. I'm not sure if it's moving all the way where it needs to. Let's try that again. Okay, that appears to be working. Now, there's a sensor inside. There's a sensor inside. So maybe the sensor is what's not working. The code was for a sensor circuit. So it may not be the actuator itself, but the sensor. So, because this seems to be moving. So I wanna okay, let's see if I can get a live data. Okay, and again, I don't know how clear this is gonna show up on the video because there's a lot of reflection here. No matter how I put it, it's just terrible. No matter how I put it, it's just terrible. Okay, so let's give it a few minutes here. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna have to scroll. I'm gonna have to scroll through this. So let me see if maybe I'll just pause the video until I find it, just to cut down on. Okay, so I found about 4 pages that have to do with the wastegate position and whatnot. I'm gonna move this over here. I'm gonna move this over here. Okay, so where I can see it while I move it. Let's see. Okay, so right now is at voltage for wastegate. Okay. 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 What are these right here? Wastegate position set point. Wastegate control pulse width modulation. Okay. Okay. It seems to be reading. Okay. guess that's closed right there. Alright. Huh. So what's the purpose of... I don't understand. It seems to be operating. Maybe when it heats up or something. When it heats up, maybe the sensor starts getting out of whack. Possibility. It's a possibility. Sometimes these potentiometers and stuff, they act kind of weird with temperature, and it's relatively cool right now, so that's a possibility. Okay, let me see if I do a little bit of driving around and whatnot and see what happens after it gets warmed up. So I'll get back with you guys here shortly. Alright guys, so I'm in a test drive right now, and whatever we did, we must have definitely fixed something, because before I recorded, before I did anything, I kind of went, when the customer dropped off the vehicle, I went for a quick test drive around the block, around the area, and it definitely did not have the power that it has now. Definitely. So something happened there when we were moving that thing around, that maybe it was stuck or something, because boy, does it have power now. All right, yeah, it was the auto part made a delivery, but I'm in a test drive right now, so yeah. This definitely got fixed. Well, I'm not gonna say fixed, but something was not working before. I don't know if it was the actuator itself or something, but this thing definitely has power. So I'm thinking that obviously I didn't really do anything. I just moved things around and it started working. So I'm definitely going to say that actuator is taking a crap. Now the question is, can I locate that actuator, or does it have to come with an entire turbo? I'm not sure. It's not every day I get one of these, so it's kind of a learning curve for me. But anything is possible. We adapt and overcome. All right, guys, so that's it for right now. I'm gonna do a little bit more research, see if I can locate that actuator, or is it a dealer only item? I'm not sure. So I got to do some investigation here now, and I'll get back with you guys hopefully when I figure this out. Definitely I'm pointing towards that actuator, whether it's the sensor inside or the actuator itself, but definitely we moved something there that caused it to either unstick or something. So I'm confident that the problem is gonna lie right there with the actuator, even though it's working right now. And the customer may say, well, just leave it like that for now. You know, I'm not sure. You know, customers sometimes are going through situations where, you know, if they don't have to spend the money right here, right now, they'll wait a little bit, especially if it's not something that's going to leave them stranded in the middle of nowhere. So we'll see what she wants to do, and I'll try to find that part for her. So again, thanks for watching. I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue recording after this or whatnot, but If I don't, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video. Ciao. Alright guys, so it's the next day, and as you can recall, yesterday I drove it and it kind of seemed to have fixed itself after we did a few tests back here and looked at the movement of the actuator and the readings of the sensors and all that good jazz. But this morning I cranked it and it is doing the same thing again. It was acting up. However, after I cycled the key, by the time I put my scanner back on there to look at the PIDs and all that good stuff, it started working again. So after doing some research, I found on the manual that there is an adjustment that can be done on this, and that's what I'm gonna do now to see if this helps out the situation. So after looking at the PID here, you see that it is 4.5 roughly, and it's supposed to be at 4.2, around that range, 4.2. So it's a little off, so I'm thinking maybe that's what's giving us the problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make that adjustment to put it at 4.2, and hopefully that should take care of this problem, because the actuator seems to be working and the sensor's reading. So I'm not sure why it's that's the only thing I can think of. So all I've done so far is just loosen the, I put this here because when you try to give it some torque, it wants to bend everything, and I don't want to bend or break anything off. So I just held it here, and I cracked loose this nut and the other one that is back here. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. So we are going to, I cracked those loose, and we're just gonna adjust the rod by twisting it just like so, and viewing the parameters until they get to where they need to be, which is 4.2. So I'm just gonna twist this. Before I forget, this is supposed to be all the way closed, which is that way. You need to push the valve all the way that way, and that is fully closed. So if you're looking at it from this angle, it'll be to the right, because when you look at it, the manual is going to be pointed towards this way, so it's going to tell you to turn it to the left all the way. But no, that's not the case. You need to put it all the way to the right, because most of the time you're going to be looking at it from this angle. So that's already all the way to where it needs to be. We seem to have some dogs over here, so give me a second. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had a dog going crazy over there. All right, so where was I? Right, the parameters here. Oh man, there's a lot of reflection here, so we're gonna twist it, and it seems to be going down there. There we go. I need to loosen this nut some more. There we go. Now in my situation, it wasn't that bad to crack loose or anything like that. However, in some situations it may be difficult because of rust and stuff. Okay. All right. So that's the most I can get it like this, which is close enough, but I think we can get it more. Let me see, because it doesn't want to give me any more adjustment without taking off any of these parts. I mean, I can, I just gotta remove it over here and then just turn this one side, and I can get some more adjustment out of it, and I'm trying to avoid that. There's a C-clip there. I mean, it's not difficult, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, it seems like the adjustment is all the way on that side. Okay. See, because that seemed to have helped it. What? Oh wait. Huh. Wait. That was crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to loosen this out. I'm gonna have to take this off and give it a turn or two on this end to get that final adjustment. Shouldn't be too difficult, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to record this because of the position where it's at. But basically all you have to do is just take off this clip on this side without losing it, of course, then sliding this out, rotating it, putting it back in there. So give me a few minutes, let me do that, and then I'll get back with you guys. Thank you. All right guys, we're back. I finally got the adjustment. It's a bit trickier than anticipated. Contrary to what I said earlier, this rod, you actually have to take this off. You're obligated to take it off, because even if you loosen here and you loosen the one in the back, when you rotate the rod just shifts from side to side. It doesn't make an adjustment, you know, like this. It just kind of moves like that, and it's no good. It did make a little bit of adjustment, but it's not the adjustment you need. So I had to take off the clip that is right here, and unfortunately I dropped it. Luckily I found it, but I dropped it, so I had to find it and put it back in there. And I had to play with the adjustment until I got the desired parameters here. Let me just go ahead and simplify this so we won't be looking at a bunch of stuff. I'm sorry for the glare, but as you can see, is at that perfect 4.21. Again, the parameter is supposed to be 4.2 plus or minus 0.1. So we're well within the parameters. Now another thing I learned is that when you cycle the key, it tends to move a little bit and then rest. So after I made the adjustment and cycled the key, I noticed that it lowered down to 3.8, 3.9, 4, and I was like, why did it do that? It was perfect. And it was because after you push this all the way to the right, you make your adjustment, you cycle the key, it tends to kind of move it a little bit when it does its initiation, I guess, and then that will throw off the calibration. So after you calibrate it, before you put that clip back on there, cycle the key and then wait to see what it rests on, and then you may have to further adjust if necessary. For example, I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate it now. I have an assistant in the car. Go ahead and turn it off. Turn the key off. Okay. Turn it back on. Okay. Turn it off. See, every time he turns it off, it kind of jerks a little bit. Turn it back on. All right. Go ahead and turn on the car. Crank it? Yeah, crank it. Okay. That's in its control area right there. It should be hovering around that area. Turn it off. Okay. Turn the ignition on again. Not the car, just the ignition. Turn it on, dude. You waited too long. Oh, man. Now I gotta go through all this mumbo jumbo again. Now we gotta wait. But yeah, I was finally able to get the adjustment just right. So hopefully this will take care of this problem. I did warn the customer that if it does happen again, then we're probably having an issue with an intermittent issue with the actuator, and it'll probably have to be replaced. Boop. See, now it's at 14.17, but it's within the parameters, so I'll take it. Again, 4.2 plus or minus 0.1, so I'll take it. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Yeah, see, it shifts ever so slightly, but as long as it's within that parameter, we should be good. Now that could be due to some kind of mechanical wear inside the actuator, or I mean the linkage doesn't seem like it has any play, but there may be some kind of wear in the actuator itself, so maybe that's a contributing factor. But for right now, all I'm gonna worry about is putting this to where it needs to be. I'm gonna test drive the car, let it go, but the customer has been advised that if it does happen again, then we're just gonna go ahead and replace the actuator itself, and that should take care of it. That seems to be the #1 fix for this problem anyway. So but before you spend all that money, try making this adjustment and see if it works. I don't know how much the part costs, but I'm sure it's not cheap. Easily, I'm thinking the part's probably gonna be over $200 easily. I did find some stuff online. I'm not sure if it's the right one, but it was well over $200. So we get this at the dealers, probably gonna be double that or triple that probably. Again, I haven't checked, but dealer parts are very expensive. So let's go for a test drive and see what happens. All right, so we're test driving, and the car seems to be riding perfectly. Got good power, good acceleration. Definitely better than what it was. Now the question is, will it stay this way? But only time will tell. But as of right now, I got good throttle response, good pickup, which I was not having before. So I think this took care of the problem. Now we're gonna know in a couple days for sure, but for right now, let's assume that everything's gonna be a-okay. So again, thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video. Ciao.